Welcome, otakus. It's I, Super Otaku, coming to you guys with another video about Silver Surfer and the state of the game. I felt like this was a good follow-up video to my super hyped, excited video of Silver Surfer coming to the game. He is an awesome character. He's definitely revitalized a lot of hope and excitement going forward with this game, because I was definitely getting stale. I say a lot in my last video. But with this, it's hope. It's literally hope. I literally feel like we are like the rebels trying to take down the Empire, because the last few months have been rough, to say the least. Now, granted, Astonishing X-Men is a great team, but I think they were clouded being like released with military, skill military. Skill military, when they announced them, looked like I was pretty excited for them. I can't lie. I was like, man, team that could take down Marauders. I wonder who else they would be good against. Blah blah blah. But then when you get them, and if you didn't invest all the T4s into them, and if you did, they just don't seem to work well. I never really noticed when they are trying to like supposedly take, transfer a positive effect and spread it. That just doesn't seem like it exists. I don't know. They are a team that I was excited for, that just fell flat quick. I mean, like really quick, quick. I mean, like once you got the team, days later you're like, what the hell is this? But outside of that, with Silver Surfer bringing hope and excitement to this game, I just want to touch more onto areas that this game can look at to smooth things over, rather than shoving costumes down our face, rather than fixing Thor's hammer throw, rather than making events like Lunar, where they're just showing their greed. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I can say has really been happening with the game, especially in the past 4 to 5 months, is their show of greed. When that big patch came out, we had Iceman. He was a 3-star release character, so if you buy both of those offers, that's $100 US. Red Guardian was a 3-star unlock character. That's another $100 if you wanted to buy both offers. Long Shot was, so half of there were 6 characters that came out in that period, and half of them were 3-star unlocks. And now granted, I definitely like Iceman. Red Guardian and Long Shot, he's a good character. I'm not going to try to take anything from Long Shot, but I don't know. It just seemed like a little much. It showed that they were really showing their true colors. I wasn't too excited with all the New Year's and Christmas offers and like giveaways. Like I remember the year before, we had that New Year orb, and they were just, you got so much cool stuff in it. There was just so much going on around Christmas and New Year's that I just remember having like tons of fun with the game. I remember just willingly wanting to get so many offers. And this past year, I just remember being so reserved and waiting for something like to happen, and nothing really happened. So I think one of the biggest things they need to tone back on is greed, because it's really starting to show, and it's making people not want to spend money. And I've been one of those people. I pretty much, I love this game so much, I put it in my budget, and it would go over my budget almost every month. And now I maybe spend $10-15 maybe a month. I didn't get any of these past characters that came out. So it's definitely, like, in the past characters, I mean White Tiger and Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight, just I'm sorry, he seems pretty cool, but for US dollars, he did not seem cool enough. Um, it, they need to smooth things over, and I think Silver Surfer, and they definitely released him for Damage Control. They definitely released the Strike Time video on a Wednesday to call over, because if you go over to Reddit, and I pulled up, there's this Save MSF movement. You could go there and read it. Um, People are upset, and they are definitely trying to smooth us over. But when you introduce Silver Surfer, one, yes, people are excited. People are gonna open up their wallets. I'm gonna open my wallet. I love Silver Surfer, but you gotta smooth out the rest. So with that being said, the first thing you need to really work on is fun. Um, the game is getting very stale. For a lot of people, we can't even get into Doom raids. So yeah, great that you made new raids, and I definitely think the setup, like the different structure of it, I think is pretty cool. So it is a nice little shake up, but it's only for in-game players. You didn't make it for anybody else, and I get it that stuff's supposed to come. Maybe you released it early once again for Damage Control to try to show that you're making some new content, but it's only for I feel like a very small part of the community, so it doesn't help much. The meta shakeup, Black Order had a great run, but they've literally been like ruling arena at least 6 months, and it's gotten boring. And it's just, as somebody used to play, it's cookie cutter. It's just it's mirror matches. It's cookie cutter. You get in the top 300, 400. It's just Black Order all the way down, and it's boring. Shake it up. And Silver Surfer is doing that. But once again, small part of the community is going to get them early. Everybody's expecting them to be a milestone character. So maybe after the first run, if they do 3 like they did with Emma, maybe not everybody has them unlocked. So once again, this is going to help small part of the community, but they're not looking at the full community. Then RTA was almost in the same lane as Doom raids, whereas you gave us this new content, but it's kind of beneficial to a small part of the community who has a full roster. You're asking people to use Doc Ock a week after he comes out, and a small part of the community has them. You're asking people to use Iceman, who I have a young account, don't have Iceman unlocked. Like in my young account, I at least keep on getting characters 2-3 times a week at least that I can't even use because I don't have them unlocked or I can't level them up. That's not fun. It's not fun. And I think once they can look at it and say, if this game is fun, people will spend money. And that is the case. And make people enjoy this game. And so how can they make it fun? Here's some suggestions from a guy that is a super otaku. And I don't know if you could see in the back. I like buying stuff. Like I'll spend money, but you just gotta make me enjoy what I'm spending money on. Let's start with RTA. One thing you do RTA, and first it starts with you should have an RTA store. And the reason I say RTA store, and you're probably like, what? Why RTA store? If you make a balance mode, okay? So that means anybody and everybody can get into it. Super, super early players really couldn't enjoy this because you do want to have them be able to get to characters to, gear tier 9 so that way they can get into a balance mode. And then now they can compete against somebody the matchmaking should be rosters now. So somebody that only has 80 characters should be playing somebody that has 80 to 90 to 70 characters. I feel like that would be easier to matchmake against rather than, I have a team that is 150, but it has like a 130 Baron Zemo, and then somebody's whole roster, their strongest team is at 150, and they're obviously about to get crushed. So that would really help on the balancing. You can just do it by. I feel like they could just do it by roster rather than power. So that way you can at least get better matchups, and everybody has a fair shot at actually winning. And it comes down to skill, not how much you just spent money or invested into certain characters. So I think that makes it funner, and then the rewards are more rewarding. And you should get rewards if you participate. So losing, you'll get less. Winning, you get more. And then you have a store where you can use currency to get certain, especially gear, training modules, and you can just have like a row, have a row of orange gear that is mini uniques for 15, 14, and then uniques for 13. Just a row of 3 each one. Every store change, it changes 3 times a day. You have a shot at getting what you need, and gives opportunity, and it gives people a little bit more control of what they want. You can even throw some shards of characters in there, maybe put newer character shards in there. So if people want to spend it on that, or they want to, if they want to get the character they want, or they could get the gear they need, you could put purple, blue in there, obviously. But it just gives people that option and a game mode for them to do. And you could put limits on it. You could do 5 matches a day or 7 matches a day, whatever you want to do. So that way they're getting what they want, and it's coming down to skill rather than, my 7 red star black bolt fully maxed out is going to own your team. No. I have black bolt, you have black bolt, and bring back that draft, because then you're not getting mirror matches. Takes a little bit more time, but that's why I say put limits on it, because if you only have to do it, say 5-7 times a day, you're not feeling to the point of, oh man, this is taking all my time. Yeah, you do a match here, do a match there. Yeah, it might take 5, 6, 7 minutes to do the match, but you can do it here and there, and it's not eating feels like it's eating your whole day. But I think that would be a good way to get something that can affect the whole community and be fun and be rewarding. I just think that's something good. After that, blitz shards. They have to good ideas that I've seen other content creators make have 2 different blitzes going on. I definitely think 3-star characters should not be put in blitzes. It's just not fair. Earlier players just can't compete. Most shards are probably getting like 15 out of it. You're just not unlocking the character. It just feels like you're just going behind. You're just instantly falling behind. So I think definitely don't put 3-star characters in there to be unlocked. Definitely come up with some way where newer players don't have to go against older players. It's just not fair. It's not fun. And multiple blitzes might be a great idea. Especially if you can do like blitzes that'll be geared towards more newer players. So, characters unlock Magneto, Nick Fury, stuff like that. And then, characters, and then you have to choose. Like, you can't do both. You choose which one you want to be in, and that way you're in that one for the next 3 to 4 days. And then vice versa, if you choose the later game character, you're in that. You can't go into the weaker early blitz mode and do both and just ruin it for everybody. So I think that's a great idea. And it really will help, because when I was in that early shard with my young account, I did really well getting She-Hulk. Because I could put the time in. I knew that I can rank high. It made it very rewarding, and it was pretty fun. But now, I just don't even want to blitz half the time, because it literally takes me 2 days just to do all the milestones. and then I know I'm not getting anything. So it's not fun, and it's just, I mean, granted, the Blitzen makes it more painless, but it could help if it was more rewarding. And so after that, another thing, because I'm kind of talking about stores and stuff, minions should no longer be in stores, and minions should just go onto nodes. They don't have to go on character nodes. Just put them on a node. Put them on the nodes where you get you can do 10 tries and put them there. Two, bring it down to one shard if you need to, or do the two, because all the newer teams and most impactful teams don't have minions. This will really help with people getting Nick Fury. This will really help people getting Star Lord, because you can use some minions to get those legendary characters. But there haven't been any minions coming out, and I just think that them being in stores, it sucks. Like, I just don't want to see them. I don't even want to see them in the Blitz store. I don't want, like, I rather, when I'm trying to just get gear for something, they should just be part of it. It shouldn't be like I have to go out my way to get minions. Get minions out of the store, put them on those nodes with 10, and while I'm at it, the worst thing when farming characters is getting 0 shards. Change it to a minimum of 2, because it is so heartbreaking. Like, lately, I think I'm on my day 3 of not getting a single shard for Taskmaster, and I'm so close to giving him 7 stars. It is so frustrating. Very frustrating. Because I feel like there's so many characters I could have got to 7 stars a bit faster if I was just getting minimum of 2 each time. It just helps, and it's rewarding, and it just doesn't make me feel like I'm wasting my time. Especially when you go multiple days of not getting shards for a character, it really brings on, like, I don't want to play this game anymore. It brings so many negative emotions out, and I feel like they're not taking the mindscape of gamers in mind when they're doing things. And yeah, you gotta change that. Definitely, that I think will be such a huge change, and will show that you are thinking of the players and the community rather than your bottom line. Then we definitely need new character release methods. Do I have ideas off the top of my head? No. Something I can think about is definitely, the campaign events are cool. They could, I would say, could consider making them a bit more challenging. And if they're a bit more challenging, maybe a bit more rewarding. Then, the milestones. I like the milestones, because it just feels like it motivates you to play the game and be more on top of your participation. And I like that, because I'm a highly participative person in my alliance. So I think I really like it, because it brings up everybody else that is, moderate participants. It brings them up to, a bit overachievers. And I like that about the milestones, because it seems like when the milestone characters are out, it seems like our alliance is at its top. So I like that for that. I wish they would kind of bring back the raids. Like, I remember when you got Thanos and Juggernaut and Black Panther, and they did the raids, and I really like that, because once again, it brings everybody's participation up. They could be fun. You can maybe do kind of like what is it called? A rogue style raids, whereas they change, kind of like the paths will change. So maybe each day, maybe the harder nodes are at the beginning, and vice versa. So you have to use a bit more strategy. Something like that could be kind of fun for a release method. You do it for like a week or two, and it's, I know gamers don't like a lot of random stuff, but it could be pretty fun. And so I think that's something they can consider. or just something creative. Like I know a lot of people have been talking about like a boss mode, like fighting Galactus. People are expecting Galactus now that Silver Surfer is out, but something where the Alliance has to team up. I remember when Namor came out. I forget exactly what it was, but it was very getting Namor was very Alliance dependent, and I would like something like that where everybody's participation will make your outcome of the character, how high, how far you get them. And I know some people will be like, "That's not fair because the bigger leagues and blah blah blah." But if they can do it, because we're not like, if you are in a earlier alliance, where your strongest guy is 2 million, 3 million, you're not going against the whales and the krakens. You're just not, unless they're still cheating and doing the shell alliance thing. But you're just not, and that's only in war. So you're competing against people around your range. So you not getting a 5-star, say, Silver Surfer, but everybody that you're coming across, only has a 3-star or 4-star, and that's what you have also. That's right. That's kind of how they hopefully are trying to break us apart. So I say if you are mid game or early game or even like late game free to play, don't worry about the guy that's spending $600 a week on the game is doing, because you're not doing that. You're not going to compete against him. So just don't worry about if this comes, this person. Everybody is, like if you play a sport, there's going to be somebody either better or worse than you. It's just what it is. So just have that in mind. But when they make stuff that's only gonna benefit a small part of the community, that's when you have to have a problem. So it's like, yes, if it's gonna help everybody unlock a character, but people are gonna get different stages because they're in different stages of the game, cool. But if they're gonna release a release method that's only gonna benefit the top or just the bottom, and the top doesn't even get rewarded for putting in more time and money, that's actually not good either. Because now they're upset because they're like, dude, like, come on. And then last but not least, offers. So one of the big things I've talked about in this is fun. And when you're having fun, when people are having fun, they're going to spend money because they're enjoying, and they don't see them spending their money as bad. They don't think about it either because they're like, I'm having fun with this, I'm gonna do it. They don't even really, all that doesn't click really, because they're just like, ooh, look at this deal, I like it, I'm gonna do it. But I feel like Marvel Strike Force really misses like the billion-dollar model. They are only using the like 1% model. So they're basically aiming at content creators, rich people, with their model. And if they were to think of, if I reach out to the person that's enjoying the game but really doesn't want to break their wallet, because if, let's just say 2 million people play this game. That's what make the numbers easy. Alright, right? Let's say they aim to get half of those people to spend money. So that's 1 million people. If you can get $7 a week out of somebody, that is like a latte and a snack, probably even less, at Starbucks, right? That's $7 million a week just off of like microtransactions. I just feel like they're missing the microtransactions. I do understand that Apple and Google take a portion of what they earn, because it goes through their stores. But you can get people to actually decent deals where people are spending $10 a week. That's huge if you can get us as gamers to spend that. I think like the Game Pass and stuff, they're cool, but that $20 when you see it as 20, it doesn't look good. But if they were to do $5 a week, it looks better and they're getting the same amount. So I just don't think they have a very good transactional and marketing team to get money out of us as players. And I definitely think a really big way they can really help is just having a $5 unlock. Meaning, when a new character comes out, you can unlock that character for $5 at 1 star. That way, you at least have the character. Now, is having a character at 1 star great? No. But the fact that you can at least have them and then go through the method of unlocking them and you just have to spend $5, I think it would do great. Yes, characters would have a lot of characters at 1 stars, but at least they have them and they can start using those teams and having fun. And it just it'll make the mental state of it, of them feeling they're making progress, would really come. And they're making money on top of it. And I think these are ideas that is just way over Scopely's head, because they just aim at the Krakens and the whales, and they're not looking at the potential that their full community can do. And even parents, even people, parents, if a kid was like, "Mom, is it cool? Mom, Dad, is it cool to if I spend $5-6 on this game?" Or if they keep on saying, "Mom, I wanted to get this for $1 or for $2 or something like that," a parent will go on there and probably buy it for them. But when when they go to them and like, "Mom, can I get this character for $25?" And the parent's like, "Okay, what do you get with that character?" And like, "Oh, I get them unlocked." And then they're like, "Okay, you get them unlocked, but what happens after that?" And then they have to explain, "Well, I still have a long way to go to max them out." And the parent probably is going to be like, "Well, for $25, I could go buy you a game." Not just one character in a game. It's that greed, man. That greed. And that is just showing how they don't pay attention to their community. Because granted, I'm older and I spend money on a game. I make my own money, all that. I don't need to go to somebody and be like, "Can I spend this?" And I know there's a lot of people in this game that have that ability. And I definitely know there's a lot of husbands out there that don't tell their wives about the amount of money they're spending on this game, because their wife will be like, "What is wrong with you?" So, and it could be vice versa. It could be a girl that has a boyfriend or a husband that if she told her, significant other that they were spending, $100 or $200 on a game a month, they would be like, "Are you serious? Did you just, we could have put down on a cruise." That's what you have to, you can compare spending money on Marvel Strike Force to going on a trip, and that is not good. That's just not good at all. I shouldn't say I spent so much money in Marvel Strike Force this month that I could have spent a weekend in my hometown or a weekend out of town. You don't want that comparison. So bring those prices down. And this was a bit lengthy, and I definitely got my talk on. But if you enjoy my videos, definitely give me a like. Definitely subscribe. I'm on fire this week. I've been really motivated before Silver Surfer was announced. And now that Silver Surfer is out, I got that hope and excitement for this game. So I'm going to be dropping videos for y'all on the regular. I might be doing another video today because I'm off today and I'm feeling really great. So everybody, have yourself a great Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and I hope we all get to have a great weekend coming up. And I hopefully should see you a little later today with another video. So peace out.